I don't have to fight for position because I'm already ahead, and everyone else is then scrambling to get back on my wheel.
An absolutely insightful intro from the lovely Kira. But we cannot hesitate this morning, boys and girls, because I tell you what, we haven't done this for a while. I've just got to cover a load of subjects with you guys and make sure you're on board with what's going on. Team stuff, kit stuff, a little bit of racing stuff, and we'll throw in some tactics and a little bit of equipment at the end. Little heads up, won't be doing that this year. Couple of reasons, I'll fill you in that later, but I do need to talk to you a little bit about what racing we are doing. Okay, let's start with the racing, what's coming up. And what's coming up is a lot, and it all really matters. So the next big thing is Tour of Tassie. Now Tour of Tasmania is historically, guys, probably the biggest tour in Australia. It is the most important tour in Australia. The reason, well, not the reason for that, but like, if you look, right, at the guys who have won this race, it's a bunch of weapons, right? So what is it? Well, it's 4 stages down in Tasmania, mostly based out of Launceston and Devonport. I cannot stress to you enough how good these are. These are the main stages in Australian domestic racing, full stop, right? So stage 2 is the Poatina stage, finishes up a 40-minute climb. It's a climb that Richie Port's made pretty famous down there. Ben Dybel's won there. Alex Evans won there last year, went on to a Stagiere's contract with BMC. So you are spotted by doing well in that race. Stage 3. Now stage 3 is probably the most iconic stage in Australian domestic racing. This and Strada NERO are probably it. I can firmly remember last year doing this stage and wanting to pretty much throw my bike into the Tasman Sea. It is the best rate stage of the year. It's the Guns Plains stage, finishing with just a horrible, horrible climb up Guns Plains. If you know it, you never want to go back to it. And so the women's NRS will be racing down there as well, which is awesome. Tour of Tassie coming up, big target. After that, we move to the Tour of Bright, which is not an NRS race. It's a VRS race. It is fought over bigger climbs. First time ever, I'm going to go do it, and the kids are going to come, which is going to be awesome. It's on the same weekend as Le Tap, which is really, really disappointing, but I'm going to do Tour of Bright this year, okay? Read into that what you will. Yeah, and look, just keeping the team hat on for a moment, guys, we have finalised the 2019 roster. The EOIs, we were just absolutely blown away. I've said that in the past, we were blown away by the quantity and the quality. So it really put us in a position, because we obviously do want to kind of keep that development aspect to the team. This is not just about, you know, elite level racing and always being just that core group. It is about that kind of next wave, and we are keeping that. But the reality is the quality of the guys who were even on that kind of cusp of development aspect have just been so good that we definitely feel like we've let a lot of people down who are right on that edge. So I do just want to say that, because it's not something either Dan or I really expected. But we have pretty much finalized the roster, and to say I'm excited about it is ridiculous. The other kind of aspect of this is, so we'll have a couple of guys moving and moving up, and that is something, again, I really want to stress about our team. Like, it is the point of our team, as we kind of get this vision for it, is to make sure that we are moving guys to the right place. Okay, and if you're still watching, this is the bit that I really wanted to talk to you about. One of the main reasons that I started this vlog is I wanted to share with you guys what it is really like to run a bike team in Australia. Notice how I'm talking quietly now. And what it is really like is difficult because it's not just all about signing new riders and announcing new guys. It's a real balance, because what happens, right, is on the one hand, you're trying to sign riders, or you've got interest from lots of riders, and you're trying to tell them what you're doing next year. A lot of the time, this is happening in August and July. And it's really hard to know what you're doing next year, because to know what you're doing next year, you've got to have finance. Who's going to be signing up to give you finance 6 months in advance, not knowing actually what you're doing or who's on your team, because you don't know that, because you don't know the finances? You see what I mean? So the domestic bike racing scene is like this giant chicken and egg situation where you're trying not to promise, but saying things on the one hand on the belief that something else is going to happen, but it's very difficult to know if that really is going to happen. Do you see where I'm going with this? And a lot of the time, you're having to kind of jump a few hoops without really having the concrete behind you. And look, I will go into more specifics about this kind of stuff as the next sort of weeks play out, and we can kind of lock everything down with you guys. It's the way it works, right? Okay. What's your season target this year, Jesse?
I'd like to win the overall at the Armory Criterium on Thursday night. So should we get some little... I've thought this through, all right? I've put a lot of work into this.
Well, we're going to get...
I reckon we go for... We'll do a little...
We're going to go this one. Which one will we use? We'll use that one for... And I'm going to swap them. Here we go.
All right.
This is multi-cam vlogging live.
Right. So this is our Armory Criterium. Now this bottom corner here, that's sharper than a 90-degree turn. So usually in the race, it's only the first two people around that corner that are gonna have a shot at winning. So if that's our finish line and this is our corner, my plan is coming down this downhill drag into the finish, but halfway down, I have to time it right. I sit a little bit further back in the pack. Hopefully he's further forward. I do a mini sprint, kick around with some momentum, and then he's gonna have to react here, because otherwise I'm gonna take the corner with a big gap. So I kick around him, do my first sprint, try and get a reaction out of him, carry my momentum through the corner, so he's had to do a bigger reaction to get onto my wheel, and I need to take the corner in front of him. If he takes the corner in front of me, I'm not gonna win. So my plan is, kick from the back, get him to react, hopefully take the corner first. He's a bit gassed from following my move, and I can cross the line in front of him. That's the plan. By attacking further back, I don't have to fight for position, because I'm already ahead, and everyone else is then scrambling to get back on my wheel. So you spend some energy, but if you time it right, you can save yourself a lot of hassle going into the corner. But yeah, that's my plan for the last lap on how to win.
But before we talk about Jesse's race tactics this evening, we should talk about this. Finally! I'm so excited about this. So as far as like the build goes, this is now what the team have been running since Battle of the Border. It has exceeded all our expectations. And yeah, it is the real deal. So why the Laffa? Why 4 kids? Well, okay, so the Laffa is a guy in your bunch, okay? He's there, I guarantee you. And this is where all my design concepts come from, by the way. He was pretty good at sport. He's pretty good at sport, and so hence he's got a little preppy type feel to him, okay? Hence the logo alteration. But here's the thing with the Laffa, right? He is just as likely to own a like Chippo camo bike as he is a black stealth Trek or something. Do you know what I mean? So you can't pin this guy down. Hence, we got the 4 jerseys, because you can't pin this guy down. Bonus points, guys. Bonus points for anyone who can work out what the inspiration for this design is. There is an inspiration for it. 2 seconds. Obviously some variations, a lot of different colorways there that you can see. I really hope you guys go for the color options and not the black. The black is beautiful, it's lovely, but my God, in real life, guys, in real life, these colors are just popping. And on the sleeves and on that back pocket, you have to see it to believe it, seriously. They're on trend, guarantee you, you're on trend if you do. And the black is nice, but mate, you'll make my days if you go for the colors. You will make my day. This is a lovely, lovely bike path. If only it went all the way. The Laffa, available now. What am I doing, you might ask? Well, I suppose that chat with Jesse probably gives it away. I'm doing the Newington Armoury Crit this evening, which is held every Thursday in Sydney, run by Lidcombe Auburn Cycling Club. Speaking of crits, going to miss the White Bay Crit this year. It's on at the same weekend as Tassie I was talking about earlier. So I just think that is one of, like, if not the best evenings of cycling around. So hopefully you guys get there, because it's just a great evening watching bike racing in an awesome location. Did I mention this lovely kit? People in Western Sydney are coming out loving it. Look at it. I love it. Course is a bit different tonight,
Well, it's a
Jesse.
points race. What did he said? Every second lap?
Oh,
You missed that, yeah. So it's a points race. Every second lap sprint, person with the most points at the end wins. So it's not often you get that at a club race, so it's kind of cool. Does it suit me? I don't know. It just doesn't suit either of us, I don't think.
every
Suits the little
second lap.
little track kids with a good kick. Yeah.
Oh God, this is gonna be horrific.
Yep.
Oh Jesus. Right. Okay.
Sprint on the first lap? No.
done. That was a points race. That was really cool. So it was a sprint every second lap, which was interesting. We're going to get some podium time now. Let's do it. Alex is hiding back there. There he is. Yeah, that was super cool. So that was the New Instant Crit. We'll do a lot more of that as the summer progresses. Tonight was like a points format, so never done that before, but like between you and me, that was perfect. Perfect training for me. Just super hard intensity, bang, bang, bang. He's just lingering back there. Now, what do you think of this kit?
Oh, it's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice.
Bit of a fan of it.
It's hard to, I was saying to Jesse, it's actually hard to kind of show the colours in pictures. It doesn't really come through, so.
Yeah, it's true. Looks good though. I like it.
Beautiful evening. All right, I'm gonna put this down.
I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me break